The views and opinions expressed on Live at the Barbershop are entirely those of the host, guest, and caller and do not reflect the opinions of Live at the Barbershop or its staff. Viewers' discretion is advised. The following podcast is intended for mature audiences only and contains adult content, graphic language, strong sexual content, and a whole lot of shit talking. So in other words, get your kids out the room.
Live at the Barbershop with your hosts, Misha J, Aaliyah, Black Republican, and those two crazy Caribbean guys from the Q&N show, Norris and Q. And now, the man of the hour, Mr. HNIC, Mr. Sleep When You're Dead, Hustle Now, the Magnificent.
Yo, son. What's up with all that?
I was just trying to amp it up, you know, like...
Oh, okay, all right, yeah, all right, I'm with that.
John, live at the Barbershop podcast.
Yeah. I like that one right there. Friday night. Trying to start the party up right now. Yeah. Yeah.
What's up? What's
sound
up?
like the 90s to me, but it's all right.
Yeah. He don't know about this, man. Yeah.
Let me see if I can guess it. Was that homie from Detroit? What's his name?
Detroit.
It's a new guy.
What's his name?
Oh my gosh.
Finesse.
See, that's the thing.
Finesse.
They all sound alike. All right, my bad.
Yeah.
I thought that was homie from Detroit. What's his name? Big whatever his name is. Big
From Detroit.
Detroit. Forget it. They all sound alike.
John going way back.
They all sound alike.
The Method Man, them.
Nah, man, ain't gonna be never be no Method Man. I'll tell you that.
You don't rock Method?
No, I said they will never be.
No. That's what I'm saying.
Never. Ever. Trust. All right, so let's get into it today. Today is Friday. This is the Chop It Up season, as we all know. We're going to touch on a few things that are going out in social media land that we decided that we wanted to touch on. Not so much to dive into it to say what's wrong or what's right, but give our opinion on what we feel perspective-wise from where we stand and where we sit in our community. So, without further ado, let's get it started. My name is John. I'm your host for the night. Sitting next to me is my man Q. Q, how you do?
I'm doing great, bro. I'm doing great. It's a beautiful day, man.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great.
I got my man, of course. We
great.
don't shout him out. He's always in the building with us behind the scenes, but Black IT's in the building as well.
Yeah, I had to come take my spot back. I heard that you had
Bob up in there.
Bob is all over the place, man.
Bob was trying to take my spot.
First time when they let him in the shop, I thought it was Bob Marley. He need a haircut.
Bob look wild, man. Bob, yeah.
All right, let me bring my man in. Madness. What it do?
Yo, what's up, fam?
There you go.
What's good?
There it is.
Fresh shit.
Let me see if you can make out who this one is.
Hey, you know what's so funny? Niggas think I'm stressed out. Really, I'm just stressed
new
out.
school,
Get a
man.
triple
I don't
X.
know
I
who
knew that
that
finesse
is.
2 times on the last one.
Lucky you got him.
Okay, leave my name out. You know?
Okay. At first, I thought that was Big Sean.
Y'all had me
in the
thinking
beginning,
Bob was
but-
back there.
Huh?
It is.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah. You got that one.
Oh, man.
Detroit, so you know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Hey.
that Big Sean, man.
I thought they was trying to throw me for a loop. I'm like, all right, it sound like Big Sean, but Big Sean's trying to sound like Little Mo or something. I don't know.
Oh, man.
Everybody switching up on me. You know what I mean? I don't remember a homie name from Detroit, man. It's Big something.
I'm trying.
Young dude.
Young dude?
Yeah.
From Detroit?
Yeah.
Damn,
He from the D.
Yeah.
Call him something like Bear. Is it Bear or
Nah.
Turk?
Mm-mm.
No, not Turk. I don't know. Whatever.
But nah.
I'm not good with
Finesse
gonna
is
get-
Memphis. That last artist he had on there, that's from Memphis. I don't know if that was 90 Days or 90 Days Later he had on.
That
I heard of Finesse. Yeah, I heard of him.
Oh yeah, I heard of
But
that.
y'all do know we had Lord Finesse before y'all had Finesse, but it's all good.
Uh-oh.
You know what I'm saying? It's been done already.
It's right.
It's been done already. So, all right.
Way back.
Man, it's you and I have been up late nights chopping it up on a couple of these things. So we said, all right, yo, we just gonna throw it in the pot, stir it up and make some stuff happen. So, okay, for tonight, topic wise, we're gonna touch on, of course, first off, I wanted to touch on this dude for a few different reasons. Because you have to be careful who you put your trust in. Have to be careful as far as putting celebrities on this pedestal and feel that if it's a celebrity, it gots to be real. You know what I'm saying? Or they can't pull a scam, or they have to be honest, you know, and all these different things.
Mm-hmm.
So let's touch on it first. DJ Envy's alleged Ponzi scheme situation. Okay.
Allegedly. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna touch on Andrew Tate. All these things kind of tie into each other, and I'll explain how all of these. Huh?
There's definitely a reoccurring theme.
Tate.
All of them, man.
All of them. Okay.
It's a reoccurring theme, man.
Then we're gonna touch on
by association. Wow.
Well, we're gonna talk about all that.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna touch on Taxstone because he got sentenced. He got his got the hammer.
Whew.
Okay. Wow. And last but not least, which is everybody's go-to guy, talk about, won't keep your mouth shut.
That's my boy. That's my boy.
Boosie.
Man.
Okay.
I'm
badass.
Booty bad.
Boosie.
Yeah.
Boosie
Okay.
badass.
Me and him was joking.
Boosie bad.
Whoa.
Oh
Q.
man.
No, you didn't hear nothing,
Q.
man. You didn't hear nothing.
Q,
He's gonna say something.
Q, I know you didn't just say booty back.
Oh man.
No, Boosie. I
Booty
said
badass.
no.
Nah, it's funny. There was a dude really online yesterday, and he was so confident in the way he was saying. He kept saying Bootsy. Bootsy badass. Bootsy. And I'm like, does he mean Bootsy Collins or he talking about Bootsy?
Badass.
Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, let's touch on it. So DJ Envy recently, what's his partner name? Pina. Right?
Yeah.
Recently came out that, all right, so on the Breakfast Club, they normally would advertise or at least mention the fact that DJ Envy and his partner, they do these seminars, how to buy houses, how to flip houses, how to do this, how you can become rich and how you can get these things.
Yeah,
and they used to have a show on back in the days called Honeymooners. I don't know if you even remember that madness.
Yeah,
Honeymooners with Ralph Cramden. Okay. So Ralph used to always have what they call a harebrained scheme on how to get rich. So they'll always tell you there's never a quick route. You got to work at it. The thing with a lot of people now, they see these entertainers and they say, okay, if he's doing the seminar, got to be real. Got to be on point. Yeah. He's on the radio. So normally or naturally, you're going to assume that if it's on the radio, then no one can't be pulling a scam. Because the radio station's behind it, obviously, because he got clearance and all this stuff now. So now you have people that are buying into these seminars. They're putting their money and actually investing. I actually went, not to his, but I went to one years back just to see what it's all about. The problem with it, prior to you leading up to the ending part of the seminar, they're your friends. Everyone's cool with you. Here's some lunch. Come, we'll give you some free books and talk to them. Then at the end, when they bring you to the table, yeah, do you want to buy into the program? You're like, well, how much is it? 40,000. You're like, what?
It's like a timeshare.
25,000.
Okay.
A friend of mine the other day, she was telling me she bought into one for 17 grand. Okay. And you look at it, what I had to tell her, I said, well, I don't know how everybody else operate. I operate off the street mentality where at a point now, I'm gonna cut the middleman out.
And you don't play with that paper.
I don't play with the
you
paper.
know,
And
don't play with
I don't play with the paper. And I'm cutting the middleman. Because how I look at it now, when I went and they took me to the table, they ran my credit, they're trying to tell me that, all right, you can go through us and you'll get the loans easier and this and that. So I'm like, all right, well, how much is the program? Dude told me at the time it was $24,000 for that one. I'm looking at him, I said, so let me ask you a question now. If I'm gonna give you $24,000,
I'm not guaranteed
to just give me a blueprint, and mind you, you're not really walking me through everything.
Mm-hmm.
You're giving me little baby things to deal with, and then I'm on my own. So if I'm gonna do that, if I got the 24 to give you, I'm going straight for the gusto. I'm not gonna give you 24, and then I'm gonna still have to go get a loan and all this stuff. I'm gonna go to the bank, tell the bank I got 24, my credit is good. What can we talk about?
So the middleman is gone.
Let him. Don't need them.
Yeah.
So now Envy and Pina, they started this thing called Flipping NJ, Flipping New Jersey, where they'll teach you how to go in, buy houses. I don't know if they were doing foreclosures, liens, or anything like that, or strictly just abandoned homes and stuff like that. Now I know they mentioned at one point Angela Yee and them purchased property up in Detroit, because you know at the time Detroit was, hate to say it like that, it was a war zone.
Yeah.
I've been to Detroit. I've seen it for myself. I've been over in the 8 Mile area. So it is, if you purchase homes up there, you can get them for dirt cheap. The problem with it is that if you don't live there, you can't depend on a contractor and all these people to really keep it 100 with you.
Mm-hmm.
Your bill is going to constantly keep going up. They're going to steal products from off the land and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I know Angela Yee, she bought a couple, flipped some, and did stuff like that. So recently now, some people started investing money. So a guy named the ex-football player, Tony the Closer.
Tony Robinson.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
No, Tony the Closer.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard of him, but black guy.
Yes, Tony Robinson. Tony the Closer Robinson.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
So he decided now to look into this thing. So come to find out that there's a lot of people that came in contact with them with this. A few people actually spent as high as $1 million invested into purchasing property and haven't seen squat.
Wow.
The thing what I'm saying now is when it comes down to this now, all of a sudden now Envy is no longer and was never a partner. And now Pina also put out a statement recently saying that, now mind you, here's the funny part of it. In the opening part of the statement, it said, my partner, Envy, okay, was never a part of any dealings, never had any money exchange, and was not a part of any business dealings with these things. So then what were you guys doing? You understand? That's what I would like to know. Then what were you doing? Because if Q and I said we're doing seminars for homes and teaching people in the neighborhood how to flip these things and they can become financially wealthy and blah, 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 blah. Then now he decides to keep all the money. I now don't want to get myself roped up in his situation. So I'm clearing myself. But then you got to ask yourself the $1 million question. What was the back end deal for you to be able to endorse this dude, to bring him to the radio station?
Yeah.
You had him on multiple platforms. iHeartRadio backed this situation because they allowed you to advertise the situation.
Yeah.
You may not have had ads like commercials playing, but you spoke about it.
Yeah.
You understand? So now by you talking about it, that's building his situation. That's building all his followers. That's building all that stuff.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day now, how is it now that you guys were never in cahoots with each other and everything? These are things where I'm saying people have to be careful when they keep looking at these celebrities
Yeah.
as an outcome or as holier than thou, you know, because you're stating that you're doing things for the community, but then how now is the fact that you're living a lavish lifestyle? Because that's how everything came out in the open. Is that they're watching these people online and they're watching them live it up, and every time they're trying to find out what's going on with my investment. All right, we'll get back to you. I'm going on vacation, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You understand? So the thing what I would tell people all the time, do your own research. When it comes to this, I've done investment properties and stuff like that. It's not the easiest thing.
Yeah, that's a lot of investment, a lot of money you're putting in. You got to do your own research.
You got to research.
Yeah.
You got to have an understanding of things. I've had a guy from New York that went all the way out to Ohio. On the day when he was flying back to New York, somebody took him to a multi-unit spot, and it was like, "Yo, this is going for the low." He said, "How much?" I forgot how much he said he paid for it. It was a crackhead price. I'm not gonna lie. He purchased the joint without even really investigating anything, not thinking in the fact that he lives in New York and this is in Ohio. How you gonna manage this? You don't have a property manager. So he thought by him just buying it, and he looked at how many units. He's like, "Yo, I'm gonna be rich. I've got this." He flew out there to collect the rent and got the rude awakening. When he said to them, "Hey man, I just bought the property. I'm here to collect the rent." Boys pull out them guns on him. It's like, "Came collect what? We don't know you. You ain't from here. You ain't getting nothing. We ain't paying no rent from here on in." Okay.
Yeah, that's great.
Now he's sitting there saying to himself, "Damn, what did I get myself into?" Because he's saying now he's not getting no income. You still got to be paying money out on the place.
Yeah.
And
eviction is not easy.
And he's not from there. So it's not like he can just go there or go call some of his people and they go over there and go do something. You got to constantly keep flying out there, talk to police to try and evict them. That's going to take a while. So now you're in a hole. You always got to do your research when it comes to these things. Everything is not fit for everyone.
Yeah.
It's not fit for everyone.
Yeah.
So, Madness, I got to ask you, were you ever interested in doing anything similar to that as far as flipping homes or?
Oh, no. Nah, flipping homes, nah. I do have a thing for investment properties, but not for the sake of flipping them. Like I want to get like a quadruplex, something like that.
Right.
You know, just to keep that revenue coming in the family, but not.
That makes sense.
No, I'm not looking to buy and flip, fix and flip, none of that.
Yeah.
Because people fail to realize if you don't flip it in time, every month that's coming out your pocket.
Out of your pocket.
Every month.
Yeah.
And if you don't have the people to get in there and rent it out, it's another loss.
Yeah,
that's another thing.
Yeah.
So let's touch on Andrew Tate. Because funny enough, doing my research on him, you have I guess a love-hate situation or unbalanced viewpoint. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Andrew Tate.
I
consider him as a cool dude.
Cool?
Cool.
Oh, cool.
I just think they're out to get him. Because all these dudes come straight up and talk social media like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think most of these dudes they're just saying they're talking too much. And some of
them that's another one of those recurring themes. It's like these guys, I respect you standing behind your words, right? Yeah. Say something, say what you mean, right? Mean what you say.
And stand
if you can educate somebody, that's all cool. But like you have to have your limits, man. You got to know when to chill out with some of this stuff. These guys, they don't shut up.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I like to observe. I look, I listen, I learn.
Yeah.
You know, if I have something to interject with it, I interject with it. But for the most part, I don't enter a room and start talking because you start making yourself out to be a clown.
Right.
Like I said, it's a recurring theme. You got guilty by association and you got not knowing when to, shut the F up. It's like, at some point, man, you got to chill. Andrew was on top.
Right.
All the way on top. And people, he has one of those how can I say the dynamic? It's a love to hate relationship that he has with everybody from an influencer stance. People love to hate him.
Right.
Ultimately, you got a guy now telling other men what they can do to up themselves in life, how to be successful with women, how to establish a certain thing with your money where you on top, keeping your body in shape. These different things. What's up, Socha? These different things. It's almost like Kevin Samuels.
Right.
He falls in the same bracket as Kevin Samuels, where the delivery that he's giving off, people ain't trying to hear that stuff, man. The ones that need it, we take our notes. Oh, this is what he said. Oh, I got to do this. All right, cool. You know, and then that's pretty much it. But the ones that hate him, they're going to challenge it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see how much more I can get John to come out his mouth. But let me see what we can get Q to say next. You know, and then I'm gonna tear it apart. I'm gonna debunk it all. You know, where John women at? You know what I'm saying? Q talking all this stuff. Where's six pack at? You know, and it's like, all right, man, you give us the breadcrumbs and then pull away from this thing, man.
Yeah.
Same thing with Envy. Envy, he won't shut up. They ain't talking about this on the Breakfast Club, though. I don't know if you noticed that.
Badass.
You know, that's just delving back into that for a second. They're not talking about this at all on the Breakfast Club.
They know the time. Let me tell you something. The general managers, program directors, all of them, they having those meetings already. Trust. What up, Plus? Plus knows this. Plus knows this. Okay. We was both in radio for years, so Plus knows this. What up, Plus? So at the end of the day, trust me, they're already telling him, yo, it's a wrap on that. Don't even mention nothing because they know what's coming next.
Yeah.
Somebody gonna hit them with a lawsuit. They know what the deal is. You understand?
Yeah.
The Andrew Tate situation now. So here's the deal. That's so funny with it. And so, okay, yes. Someone to speak out for those that can't speak out for themselves, or someone to guide the blind, the ones that are in the matrix.
Mm-hmm.
The problem sometimes is that they end up
overdoing it,
becoming their worst enemy, meaning that the one that goes out and say, hey, we're going to help to overthrow these oppressors and and then they go and they overthrow them, right? And then once they get in there and they sit in that chair and they put that crown on, it's like all of a sudden it's like, oh, this is how it feels. You know what I'm saying? Like, and now they're like, hey man, hey, you go get this and go get that.
Yeah.
Now they automatic. You took over for what you just said.
Yeah.
We were trying to get rid of.
And you fall in the same spot.
Because now the power is right there for them, for the pickings. And I think that's the problem with it too. Not only that, but again, when you have a large following, it's always a reoccurring door where the government and all these people are sitting down looking through that glass door and they're saying, yeah, we gotta get rid of him. It's like the dude in Belly. You gotta drop a dime on him. You gotta drop a dime. Because if so many people could follow this individual,
200 Tech?
Anyone.
Yeah.
Remember now, it was a Tupac thing, it was a Black Panther thing, it was a Mandela thing, it was a Martin Luther thing, a Malcolm X thing.
Yeah. Think about these guys now. Think about these guys.
It never
these
stops.
guys that you're listing off right now, all powerful individuals, man.
Yeah.
Now,
all
you
powerful individuals.
You imagine if you had a Malcolm X in today's world with internet, with social media.
Wow.
If he had so many followers and all over the globe.
Yeah. With
Africa.
Basic.
Everywhere.
Basic stuff.
Okay.
With TikTok.
Then
internet.
How would it be?
They'd have him over in Romania.
Right.
In a prison cell right now.
So,
.
But the thing, like you said, at a certain point, you have to know from seeing so many others that came through that revolving door, how it ended, that you got to know when, like the gambler, you got to know when to fold, know when to hold them. You got to know when to hold certain things and when to fold and when to put it down and
let it go.
Can't just think that the money is going to make you untouchable, because I think that's what the problem is. The money that he generated from all these different companies. Now, he had a company called Hustler University, which I like the name.
Mm-hmm.
And it was teaching people basically how to earn money. How to earn money, which is a good thing, again. But again, you got to remember, the world don't really want that. That's why there's a small percentage of rich people.
People on top. Yeah. You got it.
And a larger percent of workers.
Yeah. You don't teach, you don't
That's
teach
not
wealth.
by accident.
Yeah, don't teach
No.
wealth.
That's why I keep telling these young kids where I work all the time, like, listen, homie, everything you see out here was constructed way in advance.
Yeah.
The neighborhood you live in, the way how you, I passed a spot today and said the car was a rent-to-own car. Okay? The spot said rent-to-own. I was like, oh, for vehicles, word. It's designed way in advance because they know in this area, this will work.
Yeah.
I can't take that to Beverly Hills and it ain't gonna work that way.
Yeah.
In this area, because in this area, we made them at a lower level. You're just working to just get by.
Yeah.
You're not gonna go any further. You understand what I'm saying? So with him now, it's like, okay, you made your millions. He made his million. What was his net worth? I think like what was he at? Like 700?
I can tell
Something
you
like
right
that.
now.
700 mil, I think they said. I forgot how much euro it was. I think it was.
I got you. Hold on 1 second.
It's on the counter.
It is between 200 and 350 million.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, everybody else will be cooling right now. But
Silent.
again,
It's like,
social
yeah,
media is
let's zip it.
so addictive. Especially, I think honestly, they knew what they were saying when they said the web. The web.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Because you can't pull yourself out of it. Once you get
Into that.
I mean, look, black ain't here, right? Black is not here, but I know wherever you at, you hear me. So everybody know this. This ain't top secret, but he in the mix too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Blacks be
Yeah,
deep
we have
in
these
the mix with
conversations
that.
all the time. But even with him, it's the same thing. I love him like a brother, but you don't know when to chill with that stuff, man. And they will come at you. You say the right thing. Oh, I'm sorry. You say the right thing to the wrong person, and they'll be coming at you, even on a lower level.
He had a couple of his pages shut down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So that just tells you,
off
like,
of comments, his thoughts and opinions on certain things, and it's like we live in some sensitive times right now, man. You have to be mindful of the stuff that you say. Again, I support a man. I support any man that has a view and takes a stance on what it is that he believes, but you don't have to beat anybody over the head with it. That's where the problems come in.
Yeah.
Definitely.
When you start beating these higher ups over the head with certain things, man, they'll shut you down. You embarrass the right person, and they won't stop at anything to shut you down.
Yeah, they take it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Where you try to tell them. So now I'm looking at it, and I'm like, all right. So he's in Romania. He's been living there for a while. So I mean, he understands the system. I don't know if Romania works the same like how it would in like Mexico, Jamaica, all these other places where you look at him, you like, and they like,
no, it doesn't work like that over there.
You look at the judge like, the judge is like, gotcha,
But Andrew Tate's situation seems like it's like a feminist thing, like the females going at him more.
I mean,
they try to rip him because he's trying to tell dudes they should approach or they should deal with relationships.
I wouldn't say no, but I wouldn't say yes.
Not only.
I wouldn't say yes either. Because
remember,
the higher ups are all men.
Yeah.
The controlling factors are all men. And I hate to say it's all white men.
It's a hard truth.
So at the end of the day, yes, there are a lot of females. That's just like you mentioned with my guy there from Atlanta. What's his name? The one that died, Samuels.
Yeah.
Kevin
Okay.
Samuels, the same thing. Females by the number, but a lot of them hated him.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's no different with that. So when it comes to that, yes, are there a lot of females out there with that AR with the sniper kit on it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure, but they're not the ones able to go get the right artillery to knock them down.
Yeah.
You understand? It's those white men in these chairs that are looking at it and saying, all right, this guy getting out of control right now.
Yeah, he has to be checked.
And by doing that, it's no different than when it was on the plantation. You check the strong alpha. The rest of them see that, they gonna back down. They good. No, I'm good. I'm good. You turn to what? You're like, I'm good. You understand? They're not gonna
trying
bother.
to find a name. I saw him on a show recently, man. It was like a 4-hour show. And this dude went out. Did you see that? I think I sent it.
I saw pieces of it. Yeah.
I can't find it now. But he had gave the comparison with some monkeys. Like in the zoo or whatever. They had like, I think it was 4 or 5 monkeys they had locked up or whatever. And whenever, one would go up to climb the tree and get a banana, they would douse the rest of them with water, right? Cold water, hit them all. So then it got to a point where they would start beating the hell out of that one monkey. Whoever went for a banana got,
they try to tell him, yo, chill.
Or whatever, right?
I'm not taking no more of this.
He was like, as the weeks would go by, they would swap out one of the monkeys. You know what I'm saying? So it got to a point to where they had done swapped all of the monkeys out. Nobody even knew about getting doused with water. They just knew you get stomped out if you climb the tree. So it's a lot of programming that's going on. But man, it's like, at what point do you stop and say, I need to chill? I need to chill. I made my mark. I wanted to leave a mark on this planet. I reached out to people. He got massive followers.
Yeah.
Even with Elon buying out Twitter. Elon reinstated his Twitter.
Yeah.
And even that was like demotivation because it's like he went right back on Twitter yapping off. I'm like, come on, man.
And I think that's it. It's just like you having a kid, a spoiled kid. You giving him more toys and more gifts and stuff is not gonna let him change his behavior pattern. It's not gonna make him, calm down or not stomp somebody or something. It's like you just reiterating the fact that keep doing what you're doing, and I'm gonna keep giving you gifts
supporting it. For
what you do. You know what I mean? Like Bobby goes to school and gets suspended. Yeah, Bobby, here's a car. Bobby's like, oh shit. If that's the case, I'm gonna stomp people's face out all day. I'll probably get, what else can I get for this?
Rewarding kids.
Yeah, because it's being viewed as bad behavior. It's ultimately how it's being viewed. It's like you keep rewarding bad behavior. Like Twitter, he didn't need Twitter. What he needed was Elon to pull him to the side, have a real conversation with him. Like, hey man, you're gonna mess your funds up.
Right.
Think about your family. But they're hitting them with some other stuff.
The sex trafficking portion of it.
Yeah. Because I heard one of the audios. I don't know if you listened to that audio. Where it sounded like he was just a little rough with somebody he was sleeping with.
Yeah.
And this thing is from 13 years ago, 10 to 13 years ago, something like that. But, some people are into that wild, kinky stuff.
I was about to get to that.
And he kind of gives me that vibe, like he wants to be dominant in the room. And it's like, player, you have to be cautious with who you saying this stuff to, man. Because it creates a negative for us now, fans, followers, other men on the planet, because anybody, Keisha from 10 years ago now, could say John mistreated her and she coming after you.
But see,
it doesn't matter the time now.
It don't matter. All the wild, freaky conversations, like, oh yeah, choke this is grab that.
Damaging. This is the damaging part of society now.
Yeah,
male and female. This is the damaging portion of things. Even if we took it back to the 60s, let's just reverse for a second and go back to the Bill Cosby situation, where a lot of the entertainers back then were on PCP, Sherm,
the drugs,
dust, everything. You know what I'm saying? And that was a party favors. It wasn't odd for you to go to somebody's house, there's a bowl of Coke, and we ain't talking about Pepsi. You know what I'm saying? So, it wasn't odd. That was a choice. Fast forward now, it's like you got somebody that can just sit down and scheme and say, yo, I remember Q back in high school. Oh, that's Q on the TV.
Yeah.
You say
Yeah.
Q touch me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
10 years ago.
He touched me.
Now Q, if
10th grade.
if he's not in his right frame or don't know the law and different things, he might. Yeah, I remember her. Hell yeah. That itself right there is an admission right there. Like yeah. I just said you said yeah. No, I ain't mean yeah like that. I mean yeah like I remember her, but these little things can ham you up.
It will get you. It will
Okay?
get you. Mhm.
And again, unfortunately, how the law is structured now, and nothing against females, but yo, you already know you got it's on your side. All you got to do is say it. I have to now go and prove it that it's not me. You understand what I'm saying? I have to prove it that it's not me. I wasn't there 10 years ago. I didn't do this and I didn't do that. All you got to do is just say it.
Yeah.
And I can get locked up off of something. And because of that, now they'll use that. See, with him now, the problem with it, with the sex trafficking portion of things, is that unfortunately, a lot of these rich guys, like you said, they have these weird fetish.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because the normal world don't work for them.
Mhm.
So, like the guy that hung himself, what's his name again?
Submarine guys.
Nah, you
That's-
Oh man.
I'm not even going there with you. You're on your own with that
Oh
one.
my God.
Epstein. I'm talking about Epstein. You talking about
Yeah.
you talking about Jared. I'm talking about something else. Epstein. Okay, so Epstein, it was no different. Now they had him, his brother, and 2 females from Romania that they're looking into dealing with the trafficking portion of things.
Mhm.
Now, you may say, nah, that's because he was talking this against the system.
Yeah.
Could be. But unfortunately, in the rich world, you can't put it past nobody. I can't put it past until I see all the evidence and weigh it out. I can't take it off the table. I can't take, because you have the funds. You understand what I'm saying? You have the funds to deal with certain things. And that's the major thing with it, with a lot of them. They have the funds, the capital.
Yeah.
Epstein, that was his number one thing. And his number one go-to person was his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can't take it off the table. All right. Moving on. My man from Brooklyn. And this is another thing where they talk about the chompers, the big mouth. That'll get you in a problem.
Social media, man.
My man Taxstone had the world in the palm of his hand. This thing that we call podcast, and he would have been like one of the first ones.
God.
Yeah, like he's not really
forefather.
Right.
Yeah.
There's others that came before him, but we didn't know that it was called a podcast. You know, like
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there's others that actually came before him, but again, he made
the
a
one
mark.
we know. Yeah.
In a short
He
period, he
definitely
made a
left
mark. He made a mark in a short period. So again, this tough guy image,
It's an infatuation, man. He had
that
with
we're
really.
seeing is causing so much damage to a lot of these dudes that got things handed to them. You got Casanova that got released from prison, comes out, goes in the studio, makes a fluke song, and it becomes a hit.
Mm-hmm.
You can't leave the streets alone. Now you're back locked up. The other day I heard somebody cut him up or something in jail. Okay. Then Bobby Smurda, same thing. You come out, make a fluke record, it becomes a hit. Back in again. Gun charges. Nah, not now. But I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know. So Taxstone. World's in the palm of your hand. You're making moves. You're getting around a lot of good. Combat Jack probably was one of the pioneers that helped push a lot of these dudes.
Yeah.
And then now you get roped up in this thing where you and a rapper, Troy Ave, is going back and forth streetwise. You think he's corny. He's saying something else about you. Y'all go to an event. You decide now you're going to bring, now mind you, you're a felon in New York.
Bring the heat.
Okay? You're a felon in New York.
Mm-mm.
You're not in Florida. You're not in Georgia. You're not in Alabama, Mississippi, Texas. You're in New York City.
Yeah.
You decide to get your man in them to ship you a burner from down south. You bring
Bugging.
it there intentionally now to say your defense is saying that you went there and you brought it with you for defense, just to make sure you have something for your own defense. You know what your defense would have been? Sit your ass at home.
Yeah.
You would have been fine. You would have been out here right now. But you had to prove to everybody, yo,
How tough
I'm the
you
tough.
are.
I'm
Mhm.
gonna go there and I'm gonna show him what time it is.
Yeah.
And now it ends up how it ends up.
Give me the loop. Give me the loop.
You know, it ends up how it ends up. Okay. Now, you end up now where, again, you were one of the guys that was speaking up for all those that weren't speaking up for themselves.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? That's what he always was stating, that, yo, he's the one talking for those that can't talk for themselves, the ones that don't have the platform, don't have the voice.
Mhm.
He's doing that. Now, you don't have nothing. You don't have nothing.
They hit this man with 35 years, bro.
And the reason for that now is because of the different individuals that got hurt from it. So I think each one was X amount of years.
Yeah.
That's how they ended up doing. I think it was 4 people total. So I think initially, I think when they first said that they was gonna sentence him, he was supposed to get sentenced back in like May, I think, or something like that, April or May or something like that. It got postponed, pushed down. Everyone was always predicting that he gonna get out in like 8, 5. He's been in there X amount to get out on good behavior or something like that. He'd be out by 5.
Yeah.
That would break down.
Everyone was like, he'd be out by 5. He'd be good.
Yeah, right. Put 30 more on that. That's
35.
I'm not gonna lie, it hit me in the head when I heard it. I was like, whoa. Now,
yeah, I'm like, this guy here, he should have worked on his aim at least then. If that was the case, you gonna catch 35 years, at least get your mark, man.
something.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But the problem with it again is too many black brothers in the neighborhoods that are out here that have potentials for greatness and throw it all away just to keep it real.
Keeping it real. Yeah.
I'm keeping it real.
Yeah.
Like, it would have been nothing if you sat back and said, all right, they having this event tonight. I know this
I'll see you
dude Troy
tomorrow.
Ave is gonna be there. I'm going there by myself. I think it was either him by himself or he went with one of his homies. So if you're outnumbered, stay away from it. And here's another thing, where even if you had a squad, a real OG and a real leader is not gonna put his people in
They would
jeopardy.
have checked that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're not gonna put their people in jeopardy. I know right now, if I had beef with somebody and I know they're coming with 40 people, even if I have 50 people, I have to look at it like somebody's gonna get hurt tonight.
Yeah.
Especially if you can't shoot. Oh man.
Somebody's getting, and the problem with it, with them being celebrities,
Woo.
somebody's gonna stand in front of them and be that martyr.
Yeah.
So now somebody's not going home to their family.
And then there's always the one that's like this.
So 35.
You get a better angle. Hold on. Hold the gun to the right a little bit.
35 years.
You see what I'm saying? That's the bad part about it.
For shot fire.
There's too many of us that's out here trying to prove something to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
There's no need for it. You have potentials for greatness. Keep moving down that avenue.
Yeah.
You don't have to cut down that block. You don't have to be in that alleyway.
Yeah.
You don't have nothing to prove to nobody.
It's just the toughness, man. Everybody just want to prove, you know.
Problem with it too, nobody's squaring up no more.
I'm the tough guy.
At all.
No squaring up.
Squaring up.
That's the problem.
Old head stuff, man.
But at least you
squaring
can
up.
come back tomorrow.
Again, this metal, man. It's all metal. now,
That's the
man.
problem. This is another part of the programming. You understand? This is another part of the program. It's only in our communities, black and brown, where this is how we solve a lot of the problems.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Now, that being said, we'll go to the next person on the deck.
Oh man.
We'll have Q say his name. Let's see.
Oh, man. Mr. Wipe Me Down.
Booty. Play that song, booty.
Oh man.
Booty. bad, booty badass.
Boosie's cool, man. Boosie's cool.
Now with Boosie.
Boosie's cool.
Yeah.
Now, the thing that I have to ask. All right. Well, first off, let's put it out on the table now. Does anyone think Vlad is a Fed? He's a federal agent. He's giving them information and things like that. Does anyone think so?
On behalf of Black Republican, I'm gonna say absolutely. Right? That's first.
Blacks,
we already know
yeah,
how
blacks.
we know Blacks is with us, man. He's gonna say absolutely. Okay. I second it. Yeah, I believe, he might not necessarily be feds, but he's definitely talking. He has a platform where he gives you an opportunity to come on and run your mouth.
Tell us what. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you get hit. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Now
Oh, I'm sorry.
go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying he asks a lot of valid questions, and some of them be like, "How you know that?"
Yeah.
Right there, it's like, yo, red flag. Nah, I'm not gonna answer
Research.
that. No, ain't no research because there were some questions that he asked, and he's like, yo, how you find that out? Who you? And then when they hear that, they like, nah, I'm backing off. I'm not gonna ask no more questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's one is close.
So all right, I know Vlad. I'll say this. You don't have to do much once you well, first of all, Vlad pays a lot of them. So that's the first thing. So a lot of them that's in there, they're not on a humble, or a lot of them, they got their money, 10,000, 5,000, whatever each one is worth. So they're gonna come. The thing with it, if you ever watch a Vlad interview, pay close attention to a lot of them. Well, Vlad is not even in the room with a lot of them. That's one. Two, when he's asking a certain question and he wants to use the term, I'm a journalist. Like he might say, oh, Q, in 92, you shot Madness on the corner down in Miami, right? Are you like, what?
Wait, what?
Like, yo.
Madness, I'm glad he
And then
used
you like,
I'm glad he used
no,
Madness
so now
now.
Q would be like, nah. I don't know where you got that from. That ain't happened.
Yeah.
Listen to how he does it. He goes like this. He always does this. He pauses. Okay, so you're saying that you didn't shoot Q on the corner of Miami, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, nah, that's what I just said. Okay.
One more time. Give
So,
one more.
No, because I read it in the article and it said you shot Q on the corner of the thing in Miami.
Because
So you're
it's
saying
really
it wasn't in
fire.
Miami. It was probably in Fort Lauderdale or something.
man.
You're like, it might have been
What?
Fort Lauderdale. But hold on. You just threw, and that's how he catch you a lot of times.
There you go.
Because he's not fully concerned with any of that. Hold up. I shot for Vlad when I was in school, and his question list almost got me beef with young Dro at the time. I'm telling you.
Wow.
Because I'm telling you how Vlad moved. Vlad is like this.
He's very calculating.
Vlad came from money. That's the first thing. Vlad is from the West Coast. He ain't from the East Coast. Vlad spent a portion of time in Brooklyn while he was trying to move around with the Jordan. It was Jordan Towers. You got MREC. You got a bunch of them. What did it say just now?
Who's that?
He said, but you was there when Q got hit, though, right? You might not have did it, but you was there, though, right?
Man. So what it is now, he built his little following, friends with these celebrities, and he'll always put it out like, yo, me and such, we've been friends for years now, and da-da-da. Here's the funny thing. He and this was what, I don't know what it is with black people and why we can't support our own. Like right now, if I went to try and get somebody of that stature, they want to charge me an arm and a leg. They want this. They want to know how many IG posts you got, how many friends you got, what size shoes you wear, all this other stupid stuff, right? But for him, it's nothing. They come to tell their whole world for $2. So now he can't relate to
paid interviews. Paid interviews.
Yeah, they are.
Oh.
That's why they come They're reoccurring people. So you look at it now and you say to yourself, yo, you ain't from my hood. You ain't never really gonna understand something. So when you ask me these stupid questions, you set me up for failure right now. He don't care. He wants the monetary portion of it because his numbers will go out the roof. And that's why a person like Boosie will always be charting number one, because when he comes, he's just running. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
he's just talking.
Boosie,
not paying attention to none of the stuff he's talking about.
Boosie go crazy and bad, man.
Vlad, again, like I said, as far as him being working with the feds, I personally don't think so. But what the thing is that the feds is already looking at all these sites. They looking at all these things. So they probably honed in on his because they look at his and said, yo, this dude already setting them up. He just handing them over to us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Without him actually doing it.
Yeah.
But because he's not from our neighborhood, he doesn't understand the culture. He think because he hang around a couple of people to do interviews. The other day he mentioned that he had Praz on there, and Praz was giving him an interview prior to, Praz was going through this trial situation now.
Oh, that was the dude who was talking about earlier. You couldn't remember, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So Praz was going through this thing. So now Praz ended up now where he's in some money problem. He calls who? Vlad. I says, yo, Vlad, I need to borrow some money. You know what Vlad said?
What you can give me?
Yeah, like, nah, I don't know you like that. I know you, but I don't know you like that. But you knew him like that when you was telling everybody, me and him go way back. Right? But now the man's in the jam. You don't know. Keep that in mind. When you putting all this faith in this dude, every time y'all want to keep coming back and keep giving him interviews. With Boosie now, if you've seen so many other people that came on there, you've seen the outcome. You don't need the money like that. You need 10,000 from him like that. I mean, money's money at the end of the day. But the way how you talking is like, that's chump change. You spend that to throw females in a. He said he had a party. He's got mermaids and stuff in the pool, and that's throwaway money to you. Then at that point,
you understand? Money.
So at the end of the day, now you're a felon. You go to a video set, and ain't none of your homies. They got common sense that seen you walking around, whether that was a prop, toy, or real deal Holyfield. Somebody needed to pull you to the side of your homes. What you doing? What you mean? Yo, you forgot you can't be doing this. Because if somebody casts this on film somewhere or somebody posts something, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
But because there's so many yes men that just sit on the side and just want to just make sure that they eating.
But they're the same dude videoing.
That's the thing.
Sound like John Morant.
That's the thing.
Oh man.
I seen the video. You can see their gun clear as day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Clear as day.
Yeah.
But
it was a toy. It was a toy.
Who are you talking about? John Morant or
no Boosie?
But at the same time, he has
both of them say
TikTok statement
where
he has TikTok statement where someone is putting him up on the game. What can happen from that? And he's like, no, one of my boys will take it from me and own it.
Majority of them, that's what they do. Puffy.
I do this so many times.
If they got bodyguards and
crazy,
homies,
dog.
They'll look at it and tell them, yo, take this charge. I'm gonna bail you out. I'm gonna take care of you. You good.
Yeah.
And for them, they do it like the crack era. They get the young kids.
Yeah,
they got a little young boy with them. They let the young boy get it.
They do it now. I mean, check out.
No, that's what I'm saying. They do it like the crack era.
Yeah.
You know.
Like for instance, with Pop Smoke,
the
guy was 15. They giving him like 5 years. I mean, right now he's 18 or so. So they giving him.
He'd be out before 30.
He'd be out.
Yeah. So that's the thing with it. But with Boosie now, you have a platform, and again, it falls into the Andrew Tate situation again. They're looking at this guy. Now look at it. It's either you got some people that was on that set that is actually with the feds or making phone calls to make deals for themselves. Because when you look at it now, put up what Plus said.
The last time he left home, I'm sorry. Last time he left at home, he got hit in the leg and he was cleared in other states.
Listen,
But
that's what you got all that money for. Get them bodyguards up.
Yeah.
And then
but
the next thing,
it's not even. He has 800,000. He's not a millionaire, and we don't know how much of that he actually has. Remember, these networks be off by a lot.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
800,000.
That's the thing. See, you heard what he said. Listen to what he said.
Yeah.
800.
The perception he got is that this dude's a gazillionaire. You know what I'm saying?
No.
That's the perception he got. That's the thing where a lot of people.
More food, man.
That's the thing where a lot of people don't realize something. These people are on borrowed time. Understand that.
You got it.
When you listen,
Mm.
you can go to a car dealership right now. If your credit is good and you got the down payment portion, you can roll out. Bentley's is honestly, people fail to realize Bentley's is a high priced Lexus and stuff like that. It ain't no different. The value of them things drop so fast, it's unbelievable. And you can actually go get a Bentley right now for 50, 40,000, even down to 30,000, depending on the condition. And roll out, and people think that you bought this car for 100 and something thousand. You understand? So that's one. Two, they're not buying the car outright. They're not putting down 300,000, 150,000, 200 something thousand on no Bentley, no Rolls Royce, no things like that. They're making payments like everybody else.
They finance these things, yeah.
So now,
Tax write-off.
and remember too, when they go to functions, they getting them free. They getting bottles for free. They getting this for free. They getting that for free.
Status alone. Yeah.
So a lot of times, yeah, it looked like they balling out of control. But yo, who was it? Somebody was telling me, yo, oh yeah, my man, shout out to Andre. Me and him was talking about this. He said, yo, there's a guy out there that actually built a fake airplane. The inside portion of a private jet, so that you can fake the funk. Okay, you pay him, and you get in this thing, and it gives you the whole spiel,
vibe.
Like,
you
make the noise, the whole 9 yards. You get somebody to walk by, here's some champagne, and you do the whole thing like, yo, I just got champagne for the stewardess.
Oh my
and,
goodness.
and yo, I told him you got to send me that. You got to send me that. He said, now that's what they doing.
Like Bow in first class.
And Bow Wow, I don't even want to mention him.
Crazy. Oh man.
But at this point with Boosie, you should know better. You should know better. You should understand that, yo, if you have to walk around somewhere with a gun, you don't need to be at that spot.
This rap game is crazy, man.
You don't need to be at that spot. If I know I got to go down to Miami in Overtown or something, right? And I know in that particular spot, I got problems with somebody. I'm good. Especially if I know I'm a felon. I'm going to have to carry something.
Come on, man.
I don't have my bodyguard. Everything is a negative.
It's using your head at this point, man.
I don't need to be down there.
Hey, the rap world is crazy, man. Dude say he went to a video shoot, man. The rappers all the chains and everything and going hard. And after the video cut, dude jump in a Uber.
Oh man.
It happens. It happened. You know what I'm saying? But I would hope that you know, a lot of people are shouting out and saying, yo, Boosie's not gonna snitch. He ain't got nothing, he ain't gonna talk to the feds. And listen, man, you don't know nothing about nothing until they start putting them numbers on them days.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? When they start dropping them numbers like how Taxstone got the 3.5 and they telling you 40, 50 or something like that, you don't know the outcome for anything. One thing I will say though, and this come from an OG on the West Coast. So shout out to Bounty Hunter BG made a statement. And he made a statement that I had to agree with him on. He said when he got pulled over and the cops found a gun, Boosie shouted out to the bodyguard, yo, something like, yo, I thought you said you had that in the bag or something like that, right? So BG said, yo, I mean, my bad, not BG, BJ, my bad, BJ said,
nah, that ain't it, y'all.
He said, yo, ain't that a form of snitching?
Definitely.
Hey.
So for the guy that's out here telling everybody, yo, that dude is snitch. He snitches. You just snitched on the man. You could have easily went over him and said, yo, damn, dog, I thought you
Man, I
In
know.
the bag. Come on.
shouted out in front of the cops, everything. On the
Everybody.
camera, everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, at the end of the day, what you trying to save your own? That's the problem again with a lot of these situations that when you work for these people, Puffy did it when it was him and J-Lo. It was Shine at the nightclub shooting. Same thing. He told the driver in the body, go, yo, take that. Take that, I'll take care of you.
You think Wade celebrating,
Shine
man?
it up, yeah.
You think Wade celebrating Boosie? Boosie, man.
Oh.
Wade.
It could have been Gabrielle that dropped the dime on him. She was like, I just drove past the video set. That little F-boy out here.
Oh man.
Because you gotta ask the $1 million question now. How did they get there or get around them so fast? Like you watching that mean you know how hard they've been watching them?
Yeah.
That you went to another rapper's video set. Somehow they got the location. They sent out a squad and a helicopter.
Yeah.
They just missed them, and that's how come they were able to pull the car over. But you got to think about it. I mean, I don't really follow Whack 100
So they
like that, but he made a good point. He said, yo, somebody on that video set is part of that
Was
family.
informing.
Because ain't no way you're going to be able to find that location, no matter how much you know San Diego like that.
That's what Slim Thugger was saying.
No matter how much you know San Diego like that, ain't no way you're going to find him that good to send out no helicopter to pinpoint where this person is.
Yeah, they got to really want you.
Somebody on the ground,
Somebody around them.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with it too. At this point, let's see how this thing plays out. Because let's just hypothetically say he gets off on this. They say it's technicality or something happened or you're on house arrest.
Yeah. It's a toy.
Yeah, you're on house arrest or it was a toy or anything like that. Because that came out also that somebody said it was a toy prop on the set, but then they found 2 guns in the car. You still,
Man, those are planted, man.
No, that's a crazy move, man. You can't be in the same car with a gun.
But I'll tell you how he told on himself.
You can't be in the same car.
Yeah, it was.
He told on
himself on IG Live. Yeah.
And that too. And that's the problem.
Someone else had the video. Who else had a video up?
The other rapper.
Second video.
The other rapper. The other rapper and his people who had the video up.
Yeah.
Because I tell you how it happened too. Somebody was filming and he walked into the line of the camera.
Because I said, man, it's crazy, man.
But the problem with it too, again, this is the World Wide Web.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because even if he was trying to
indirectly snitching on yourself, man, every single time you post up.
Exactly. Because
nobody now moves in silence anymore. I don't understand. Like the code is so jacked up now. Because we came up off of that moving in silence, man. You got it. You know you got it. That's it. That's all that matters.
But then now you gotta ask yourself the real deal, Holyfield. Are these dudes really OGs? Are they really about it like that? Or they just or what they call Twitter thumbs?
They're old, but
you know what I'm saying? Man. Because at the end of the day, everybody, I tell dudes all the time, dog, anybody could talk.
Yeah.
But it take a different situation. Or rather, I'm gonna tell you, no, anybody can squeeze. I should say that. Anybody can squeeze off. Your grandmother can squeeze off.
Mm-hmm.
It take more for you to have that restraint to know that you squeezing at the one individual you got an issue with and not the whole block.
Nah, man, you hit the whole club up, man.
It take more for you to just,
man.
you know what I'm saying?
Years, man. Nobody.
It take more restraint for you to know that, yo.
Say, man, I hit everybody.
That's the problem.
35 years and just the fire.
Got to be tripping, man.
New York, you in New York.
Just the fire at 35.
That's New York, crazy. Man.
35 years. Whew.
I would say, man, I hope that the people in all these neighborhoods, man, pay close attention to this thing. This thing that we call social media right now is frying our brains. It's doing irreparable damages in these neighborhoods and to a lot of families. Now, if he get locked up and he gets put away, I'm telling you, he's the breadwinner of the family, so you know what's gonna happen now.
Boy,
everything's
Well,
gonna.
we already
get
know the funds already running low.
It's gonna keep going down because they're not gonna change the lifestyle.
So out of that 800 lawyers,
damn, lawyers.
Every time he go to jail, he take a hit. So it's
remember
like,
now,
come on, man.
That's why he was selling the car for the lawyer fee as is. So, but yo, in closing now,
I was gonna mention the two protesters that popped.
Oh yeah, put that in the mix. Put that in the mix.
Like he's this big known figure, man. Everybody ride or die Boosie. Man, free Boosie, man. We love Boosie, man. Only 2 of them heads showed up out there to protest, man.
Protesters.
But people had to work that day, man. They said next time, Next time. They was already off for Juneteenth. So it was like, nah, we can't be out here for this now.
Boy, they love you.
They can't take 2 days off.
They love you, but when they done with you, it's a wrap.
So, protesters, man.
No, we only love the Boosie show, man.
I hope he at least shoot him a t-shirt or something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yo, in closing, man, all I would have to say is, man, yo, pay close attention and let this be a lesson to everyone out there, man. Yo, this is when keeping it real goes wrong, okay? And if you don't learn from all these different people, man, you're gonna make the same mistakes. Trust me, it will be repeated. And that's the unfortunate part of it right now. Too many times it's being repeated in our neighborhoods. So at the end of the day, I would just like to say to everyone out there, man, there's always a better route. Always a better route, especially if you have a good future in front of you. Man, do not let this thing get to you. Bob said, yo, he who fights and run away lives to fight another day. And that's the main thing, okay? I know they're not fighting no more, but I'm just saying, at the end of the day, don't let your pride get in front of you now.
That's the right word
to say you got to prove something.
The right word.
No. Stay in your house, let that slide, and go the opposite route. That's it.
Keeping it real will go wrong, man.
The real go wrong. So that's what happens. You know what I'm saying?
When keeping it real goes wrong.
Shout out to all of them out there. Big Shug.
Plus.
Who else is out there? Soul Chill, MD, Dre, Khalil on the West Coast, Cali, Maria.
I'll go plus.
I'm about to get the plus right here. You know what I'm saying? Plus no he fam.
+1.
Plus, you know what I'm saying? Empire, Gito, the whole squad, man. Yo, thank you very much for joining us, man. And we got a couple of good, interesting things coming up. Some good interviews in the couple weeks from now, right? Yeah. So we'll start letting everyone know what time it is. We got some interesting things coming up. So once again,
start doing the live on IG.
Doing the live too. So when we do the live, jump in.
Yeah.
All right. So you can find us on all the platforms. Once again, we ask everyone to go out there, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and just keep supporting this platform, please.
I'm not sure where we are with it now. But we was like 142 off. We can get this thing monetized, all right? All you have to do is hit that subscribe button.
Get it going. Please, get it going. Hit
the subscribe.
All right? Plus, I know that, man. Get it going, man. You got to come up top to the A, all right? Hit me up. So what?
Yeah.
We done? Everyone good? Stay in your house, stay out of trouble? Yes, this is the 2023 movement right now. So thank you very much for joining us. Like I said, what up?
We out.
Yeah, all right. Go out in the world and be somebody. Hot damn it, do the thing. All right?
Go out in the world and be somebody.